So we already did the pre-show, and I asked on the pre-show review, what do y'all want me to do? Do you want me to do this in match by match segments and upload it, or do the whole thing and upload it? Since nobody responded, so I'll just take matters into my own hands. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I gave y'all the option and you chose to abstain. So what am I to do? You know, keeping it fair, keeping it real. You know, hey, do you want $100 or, you know, you want 1,000 pennies? Well, since nobody said anything, it's going to be what it is. So I'll put some up here segment by segment, and then the whole kit and caboodle is going to be on Spreaker. That's what I'm going to do with that. So the link will be down in the description. It'll be the top link, and you can go listen to this on Spreaker, listen to the whole thing. So let's get into this, and most likely I'm going to be doing the later half of this on my own, so you just got to get to work. So the first match is Swerve Strickland versus Zane. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, Swerve Strickland, I've realized he's got a few gears in him, so that's cool. Zane, never been a fan.
No. He came to where we are and performed, and we were in the position to be able to watch him perform then. And then he was good. But anytime we saw him on TV, he was not good.
Yep. And that was just weird. I guess he does better on small house shows than he do on bigger cards, I guess. I don't know. But for this match, my notes, they had a super smooth acrobatic opening. Okay? It was nice. It was cool. Swerve Strickland controlled the pacing of that. Zane likes to go in full throttle and doing stuff, and you kind of like, what are you doing and why? With Swerve Strickland in there and them at a slower pace but doing what they do, you can see it. And you're like, okay, y'all are very acrobatic, exceedingly agile, and in control. Now, Zane, I thought his outfit when he came to the ring was all right, but the eye patch was dumb because he could see out of both eyes. And now what I told Cedar was, I wouldn't wear an eye patch to the ring because one day you might actually have to wear one. So, you know, you don't want any foreshadowing for later on in life. You don't want to do that to yourself.
He was all in red. I liked it.
Yeah, the red was cool. And Zane was in more control of himself. Now, there's a part where later on the referee got in the way of Zane, who had to stop short when he was trying to run from, I would say, the 3/4 mark and run all the way across the ring, jump up on the top rope with a forward flip, and then do a Hurricanrana. Well, a Frankensteiner, actually a super Frankensteiner to Swerve, who was seated on the top rope. But the move was done, but it looked really bad. Got to blame the ref on this one. Got to blame the ref. Because Zane, he had to, once you stop, you got to commit. That's one of those tiny rules in wrestling, you've got to commit. So he committed best that he could. Swerve worked with it best that he could, but the ref, he got in the way. He thought one thing was going to happen. It didn't happen. It was just confusion. Outside on the apron, Zane delivered a poisoned Rana from the apron to the floor on Swerve. That was very fucking dumb.
It was very dangerous.
Now I put that in caps. Dangerous. But it was done super safe. Still not the risk that needs to be taken. That's how I saw that. Look, you're going to do a poison Rana off the ring apron the way, you know, like that. Make sure it's for a title. Yeah. Make sure it's not just for a title, but a major title. And there has been a lot of drama leading up to it. A lot of trial and error leading up to it. And you're going to pull out all the stops to do the best that you can. That's when you do something like that. And even then, but the way it was done, it was safe.
It was safe. It was.
We could see through it. But you ain't got to mess up but one tiny part of it. And you just hope he's not dead. That's really it. So I wouldn't have done this. They're going to look back on it and say, man, that was so safe, but you could really see through it. But if you couldn't see through it, then you probably would have broke his damn neck. Because it was a spike. Just saying, it was a spike. I wouldn't. Wouldn't do that again. But Swerve did win with JML driver.
Yeah.
It was a half Nelson driver for the pin. And this match, as I wrote, this match was outright awesome. It was. Swerve showed lots of control, pacing, and things like that. He was smooth with a lot of the things that he was doing.
And it forced Zane to slow down
and show what they can do.
And do safely, because he'll get in there trying to go 100 miles an hour and be fucking up.
Yep. So that's good. Alexander put on some weight. Yeah, and maybe that's why he slowed down a little bit. That could be that too. You know, Swerve was just doing tumbles off the apron and up onto the apron like it was nothing. It was just so smooth. I was finally impressed seeing what Swerve could do. I just hope you don't have to do that stuff all the time. I hope you can learn to wrestle, because it wasn't really a wrestling match. It was an acrobatic match. So it really had nothing to do with wrestling. So
there was some wrestling in it. There was, because they used some of their acrobatics for escapes.
Zane did an imploding corkscrew senton into a reclining hand behind the head position for a pin, and Swerve actually kicked out when Swerve should have rolled his ass up in a crucifix to try to pin him. You know, that's just throwing that out there. You know, not to counter you, but something that was kind of cool, but then kind of dumb.